Our next guest has some unbelievable drive. At 10 years old, he's the youngest winner in arena race car history and the youngest driver to ever compete in a late model car race. Yeah. You will not believe how he puts the pedal to the metal for charity, though. Please welcome the extraordinary Timmy Tyrrell, better known as Minnie.
Thank you.
Minnie, what's up, man?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Let me have that handshake again.
Thank you. That's pretty good.
So, let me ask something, man. How long have you been 40 telling people you take? Talks like an adult.
Thank you.
Man, you've raised a lot of money. How'd you do it?
Well, I created Minnie's Mission, Burn Rubber to Help Another. In 3 months, I raised over $3,500 for pediatric cancer. Yes.
But your fundraising exploded up to like $7,000 after that, right?
Yes, I raised the $7,000, and the national news wanted to do a story. So they came, and Jeff Gordon happened to see it. He wanted to meet me in person and match the $7,000 I had raised.
So, Minnie, let me ask you this. So, how much money have you raised altogether?
We now have a total of $235,000.
Finally here tonight, a follow-up to a story we first told you about on this broadcast last Monday night. We heard from a lot of you who were inspired by a remarkable boy who's racing, as in really racing, to raise money for kids with cancer. Turns out one of his heroes was also watching, saw our story, and now the two of them have joined forces, are making a difference. Follow-up
on a major mission tonight on WHSV's 11 at 11. Meet Timmy Tyrrell. You can find him on the track racing against people 4 times his age. But it's not what he's doing on the track that's making a difference. It's what he's doing off the track that's turning heads and saving lives. We'll tell you about Minnie's mission to help other kids fight cancer, the superstars that are helping him, and the astonishing amount he's raised so far. A little racer with a big mission. Tonight on WHSV's 11 at 11.
And you can find some of the best race car drivers running under the lights at local tracks across America. It's no exception here in the Valley at Shenandoah Motor Speedway.
But Andrew Clay found out that for Manassas rising star Timmy Tyrrell, life in the fast lane is about much more than fast laps and victory lane. It's Minnie's Mission. It's a story that's all new at 10.
Like most drivers, Timmy Tyrrell teamed into racing at a young age in go-karts. And it didn't take long for his rides to become bigger, badder, and much faster.
Well, I was at 4 at the time, and my dad took me to a local go-kart track, Old Dominion Speedway. They were racing go-karts on Sunday, and he asked, would you like to get into it? Would you like to try?
Yes, that is Timmy Tyrrell, better known as Minnie. And he's only 10 years old, competing in a sport against drivers that are more than 4 times his age. Minnie has won more than 50 races and is the youngest driver to run a late model. But success doesn't always equal respect.
I'm very confident in his skill set and his driving abilities and his control. A lot of people will argue with me and say, no way should a 10-year-old be out there. Every step of the way, he's proven them wrong.
I've always learned you don't want to be going on and on about yourself and bragging, you know, because you always want to be humble with yourself. You want to have pride in yourself. You want to have confidence.
It's all right. I can hang on 2 parade laps.
You're doing a great job, kid. Great job.
For Timmy, though, wins are often secondary. His true passion is helping kids fight cancer, a topic that strikes a chord with him.
It was painful, you know, because you can feel it, you know, it's awful, and I can't really describe it, put it into words because it's so bad.
Minnie was 6 years old when he found out that his best friend, Ella Day, had a brain tumor.
Trying to explain that to a 6-year-old, what is cancer? And I explained to him, you know, she was going to be losing her hair, that it was something really bad inside of her, and she was going to be very sick, but hopefully she would come out on the end okay. And he just said, you know what? If I can make her feel better today, then I've done something.
One night while Ella and her family visited, Minnie was playing when he heard something.
I overheard the parents talking about, expenses, and he had a hard time with, money because he had to miss work to take care of, Ella. And I said, that's not right, that no family should ever have to go through that.
That night inspired Minnie's mission.
And I talked to my dad that night. I said, I want to do something about that. And at the time, I'd been racing go-karts. And I said, I'd like to raise money by racing my go-kart.
Timmy started by raising a few dollars here and there. In 4 years, he's raised more than $270,000 for pediatric cancer research.
He was 6, the attention span of a 6-year-old. I thought 2 months and, he would be off to something else. And he has never wavered.
4 days to the kickball tournament.
Every September, he holds a kickball tournament in partnership with Kickit.org. NASCAR superstar Jeff Gordon matches every dollar Minnie raises. 2 years ago, they spent the afternoon together.
That was awesome. He's the nicest guy ever. He came down, he greeted me like I knew him for 100 years, But I was very lucky that day because there's people only get to spend like 3 minutes just talking to this guy. He spent a full 2 hours with me.
Annually, Timmy raises about $30,000 at his tournament, and while he gives speeches and holds fundraisers for his cause, one of his favorite ways to raise money is still through his donation jar that he carries each week at the racetrack.
I've met a lot of kids who are like, can I put $1 in and stuff? And that's special to me. That's something that just makes my mind like, wow, they want to help too. It's not just me,
Today, Ella Day is cancer-free, but each year about 15,000 kids are diagnosed with cancer. As long as there's still no cure, Timmy will burn rubber to help another. In Shenandoah, Andrew Clay, WHSV Sports.
That is the definition of a champion.